Good morning. Please stand in honor of our national anthem. Good morning again. I am so thankful to be here today with each of you. My name is Julie Byerly, and I'm the president of Geisinger College of Health Sciences and the dean of Geisinger Commonwealth School of Medicine. Today, welcome to our 2025 Medical Doctor Commencement Ceremony, the 13th graduation of our medical school. What a joyous occasion it is. I'm joined on the stage by the leadership of Geisinger, members of the board of directors, the college executive committee, a distinguished alumnus, and representative faculty and staff. We are also very pleased to have our distinguished keynote speaker and honorary degree recipient, Dr. Claire Pomeroy, here with us this morning. We also are proud to have many faculty members here this morning. Thank you, faculty, and I invite you to stand and be recognized. But mostly, we are so excited about you, our students, the 2025 School of Medicine graduates, and the loved ones that have come here today to celebrate with you. This ceremony is for you, students and loved ones. To prepare our hearts and minds for the joy, pride, gratitude, and commitment that I hope we each experience over the next couple of hours we have together, I invite you to join me in a moment of reflection. For me, that reflection starts with a deep breath and maybe even briefly closed eyes. I invite each of us to reflect on a time before we ever even knew this moment would arrive. Now, let's recognize the journey that brought us to this place, the peaks and valleys, the pushes and pulls that carried each one of us here. Graduates, let the sense of accomplishment and the sense of good fortune watch over you with pride. Acknowledge with humility the challenges and demands that surely await. And in that acknowledgement, sit in this moment with confidence. You are where you belong. Let that assurance generate peace in each of you. And allow yourself to feel great joy. Graduates, today marks a huge leap in your journey from learner to healer. I invite you to look with me into the future, where you will be utilizing your talents and skills, your education and opportunities to serve people and populations through science. Your dream will come true, and in it, so does ours. Congratulations to each of you. Now it is my pleasure to welcome to the podium one of our greatest community champions, Ms. Virginia McGregor, Chair of the Board of Directors of Geisinger College of Health Sciences. She also serves on the Geisinger Health Board of Directors and many committees in it as well. In addition to her role at Geisinger, she is owner of McGregor Industries, a family-owned business that is the manufacturer of miscellaneous and structural steel products in the construction industry. And she serves our communities in many other ways as well. She's a fierce champion of both the city of Scranton and its crown jewel, Geisinger Commonwealth School of Medicine, and we're so grateful for her leadership. Welcome, Ms. McGregor.
Well, thank you, Dr. Byerly, and thank you for your continued dedication to the Geisinger College of Health Sciences. Dr. Pomeroy, welcome. We're honored to have you with us today. Dr. Gilliland, distinguished faculty, special guest, we join you in celebrating this day. And our chair of the Geisinger Health System, Heather Acker, is with us today. Thank you, Heather, for joining us. You know, healthcare is the great equalizer. My mother, who had 11 children, and I am the second youngest, always said to her children, you know, there are only two worries in life. Are you healthy or are you sick? And if you're sick, are you going to get better or are you going to get worse? Everyone knows those worries. We have all laid awake at night thinking about a medical condition, whether it's our own diagnosis or someone we care about. Are we healthy? If not, can we get well? Who will take care of us? How will this affect the people we love? Graduates, this person is you. You have the power to answer those questions. You will tell your patients some of the most deeply personal and impactful news of their lives. You will hear their fears and their dreams. You will learn about their lives and their futures. All doctors have these experiences, but great doctors will understand that. These moments are key to delivering exceptional medical care. At Geisinger School of Medicine, we taught you to see the whole person, to know your patients and your community. At Geisinger, we focus on high quality and affordable care close to home. And that is why we have a medical school right here in northeastern Pennsylvania. And that's personal to me. As a member of this community, a parent, a grandparent, and a patient, I want great doctors in northeast and central Pennsylvania. I want to know that in those moments when we have one of two worries, am I sick or am I healthy? And if I'm sick, am I going to get better or worse? The doctor will answer those questions by seeing the whole person and not just the problem. And yes, there are problems beyond our answers and that you will encounter with your patients. Right now, national polling shows that people are worried about their health care. Who's providing it? Who will be covered? And what advances will be made? But fortunately, we are ready at Geisinger to meet the moment. Geisinger School of Medicine is positioned at the intersection of technology and science and medicine, and that experience has prepared you for the road ahead. You are in good company. Today, you join a distinguished group of former graduates. This medical school was founded in 2008 and since then has graduated more than 1,000 MDs. I think we could clap for that. And this year, our first Abigail Geisinger Scholars return as family medicine doctors and internists. And today, the first full class of Abigail Geisinger Scholars will also graduate. You and all of our Geisinger graduates are embarking on journeys that will shape the future of medicine. All of you have the opportunity to discover new ways of improving care, from MyCode to decision science. We are advancing research and innovation in significant ways, and that's thanks to you. Thanks to the support of the people who came here today to celebrate you. The work you do from this day forward will be rooted in what you learned during your time here. It will blend collaboration, shared experience, and a constant quest for knowledge, and you learn that all together. In your focus on community-based medicine, you built your own community, the Geisinger School of Medicine community. We are a family, and our doors will always be open to you. And as you go out into the world, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to express how proud we are of all of you. I know you will not be just good doctors, but great doctors. And when you meet your patients, try to remember that what they're worried about. Am I sick or am I healthy? Will I get better or will I get worse? We wish you every happiness and success on your path to the future. Congratulations to the class of 2025.
There we go. Virginia, thank you. We are so privileged to have Virginia as our board chair. Indebted to her, she's invested in the community. She's deeply invested in the Geisinger Commonwealth School of Medicine. So thank you. Dr. Byerly, staff, faculty, and guests, it's a pleasure to be with you today. And to our graduates, well done. I know every one of you will carry what you learned and experienced here at Geisinger with you in whatever your next step is. But I might want to offer a couple of thoughts. One is that we have a broader definition of health. That includes our hospitals, it includes our clinics, it includes those little parts in our communities that you might not even think are part of Geisinger, but it's where the action is happening in healthcare in our communities. Know that there's a broad definition. The second thing I'd offer is to always strive to be the best in everything that you do. Be the best physician, be the best teammate, be the best for your patients. I'd also say that, unfortunately, a good chunk of what you learned is time limited. Now, anatomy is never going to be time limited, but some of the things that you've learned today will expire over time. So learn, keep on learning over time. Make sure that you're staying out there on the edge. I'd also offer that it's really important to use your ears and your mouth in proportion. Be willing to speak up, have the courage to do so. Also make sure you're listening as best as you possibly can. Carry that humility with you. And then finally, and above all, as your oath today commands, keep your patients first. For that person that's sitting in front of you, they're counting on you. Trust me. So acknowledge the privilege it is to be invited into people's lives in times of great joy, intense sorrow, and yes, in times of great ambiguity. But I do know that future generations are in great hands with the class of 25 as you begin your journey today. So congratulations and best wishes. Now please help me welcome your class president of 2025 and soon to be Dr. Marissa Vaness. She's a native of Pennsylvania and a future OBGYN who will train at Temple University.
Thank you, Dr. Gilliland, for that introduction. Distinguished faculty, esteemed guests, beloved family, friends, and classmates, welcome to the graduation of the class of 2025. We did it. Thank you for being here, and thank you to the faculty and mentors who helped us get here. Thank you especially to our class advisor, Kelsey Savka, and Dr. Byerly for cheering us on. They listened with open hearts to our concerns and thoughts as we navigated the new normal that felt dystopian at times. A global pandemic with virtual classes, worldwide tensions, an ever-changing atmosphere, and on our end, a brand new curriculum. My hope is that navigating these stressors made us more aware humans and physicians. I think you will find that reflected in the way we tried to share our knowledge and feedback to make things smoother for subsequent classes. I tried to do some research on graduation speeches, and many include sage advice from wise leaders in our field. Obviously, I cannot provide that. So instead, I wanted to share a series of challenges to keep in mind. My first challenge is to pause. It is easy to forget how far we've come, and easier still to think students a few steps behind us just don't get it. We didn't get it on the first try. There are so many unspoken rules and new social situations in healthcare. Give your students and your younger selves the benefit of the doubt by pausing for a second. Remember that seemingly easy thing you do now used to be scary and hard. What we will be doing in July is hard. It will feel harder than anything has felt before, but your third-year medical students also feel it is the hardest thing they've done yet. Do not forget how much they want to be where we are now. Do not pull the ladder up after us and expect them to climb without rungs. How is it possible to practice medicine when they've never done this before? Pause. My second challenge, embrace the mess. Mistakes are part of learning and being live. We will all mess up. We'll say the wrong thing, miss something important, or fall short of our own expectations. If we are gracious and embrace that we are still trying to improve, that is all we can do. Knowing when to apologize and move forward, that is the best way to live in a messy life. People who can't forgive their mistakes often can't admit their own, and that creates a culture where people hide their failures instead of growing from them. Life is messy, and physicians are not immune to life. My third and final challenge is to be sad, which sounds counterintuitive, but hear me out. That messiness of life, healthcare is in the trenches of the mess. We see heartbreak and dashed hopes. We see fear and anger from patients, families, teams, and strangers. It is hard to bear witness and get your hands dirty, all while you are scared you are not enough. It would take a robot to be untouched by humanity in the trenches. We are humans, so if we are not sad sometimes and deeply happy at others, something is wrong. It does not make us less. Do not be afraid to feel sad. I hope we all can continue to challenge one another and ourselves, which is a wonderful part of the mess of life. Thank you all for your valuable time, and good luck in the next chapter. Now I would like to introduce our alumni speaker, Dr. Kyle Chapman, a member of our School of Medicine's class of 2017. Dr. Chapman is a physical medicine and rehabilitation physician in Maryland. Dr. Chapman's journey to becoming a physician was shaped by personal adversity. In 1998, he survived a house fire that resulted in the loss of both of his legs. This profound experience instilled in him a deep understanding and empathy for his patients. He completed his undergraduate degree in prosthetics and orthotics at the University of Texas Southwestern. Subsequently, he pursued his medical degree at Geisinger Commonwealth School of Medicine and completed his residency at Sinai in Baltimore. Dr. Chapman's dedication to his profession extends beyond his clinical work. He actively engages in ongoing research, staying abreast of the latest advancements in his field and contributing to the development of innovative treatment approaches. Today, Dr. Chapman has his own practice, physical medicine and rehabilitation focused on the diagnosis and medical management of neuromusculoskeletal and other disabling conditions. Welcome, Dr. Chapman.
All very kind words. Thank you all. Now, you may hear a couple pauses in the speech, but it's not to have a speech impediment or an issue or a thought. I want it to seek in and I want it to set in. Because the most important message I can give is one I can deliver and it stick and resonate for years is the one I'm gonna give you today. Lonely is the leprosy of the modern world. Mother Teresa spoke these words long before you folks were even a gleam in your parents' eyes. Today, you graduate into a life of servitude. You've earned a degree, sure. You have great accolades, sure. You feel good about yourself, sure. But what you're stepping into is far greater than yourself. It's a vow. It's an opportunity. It's a vow to serve, not just your patients, but your nurses, your techs, your custodial workers, and every soul that crosses your path. You have been given an opportunity of great authority, but authority does not make you their leader. It does not make you anyone's leader. Leadership is bestowed upon you, earned through humility, consistency, and the quiet ways we honor the dignity of others. I empty my trash at work. I change beds. I wipe butts. And it's to show them we're in this together. True servitude means putting your staff before your pride, your patient before your own convenience, and your team before your ego. The fastest way to lose your humility is to believe that your white coat defines you. My friends, my brothers and sisters, I can tell you it does not. At times you will feel unseen, you will feel unheard, you will oftentimes feel overwhelmed. And yet in every one of these moments, you will have the power to see someone else, to listen, to emphasize, to touch someone's life with a simple gaze, with a pause, with a very simple and genuine words. You must find a way to relate to every patient on every encounter. One time I diffused a very hostile situation with a patient who actually had a gun in the hospital, and I diffused it by relating to the patient about being a Cowboys fan. That's it, just a Cowboys fan. Because if on each encounter, because every time you meet somebody, you talk to your parents, you talk to your friends, everybody's gonna ask you a medical question. You begin to self-identify as a physician only. But you're more than just a physician. You're a brother, you're a sister, you're a son, you're a daughter, you're a mother, you're a father, you're a friend, you're a partner, and everything in between. The whole picture is who you are. Being a physician is only the method in which we choose to serve and we choose to demonstrate who we are. Every encounter, whether it's the CEO or the janitor, a grieving mother or anxious aide, is an opportunity to be a human first, to love, to connect. Because in the moment you feel empty, it won't be your knowledge, your accolades that fill your cup. It will be the people who remind you that your presence matters. And it's within that sacred place you'll realize Most patients owe you nothing. Your staff owe you nothing. The people around you owe you nothing. But you, in turn, owe them the world. Because when they fill your cup in ways that are not repayable, there's no price tag on that. And that, more than any accolade or degree, is the true honor of practicing medicine. Thank you, everyone. Good luck.
Thank you, Dr. Chapman. And good morning, everyone. I'm Krista Martin. I'm the Chief Scientific Officer and Vice Dean for Research at Geisinger. And Dr. Byerly, I am pleased to present to you and to the Geisinger Commonwealth community our commencement speaker, Dr. Claire Pomeroy. It is a true and personal honor to introduce Dr. Pomeroy as one of her mentees who has benefited from her trailblazing vision in healthcare and science. I was partnered with Claire when Geisinger supported my participation in a national fellowship program for women leaders in health. Dr. Pomeroy is currently president and CEO of the Albert and Mary Lasker Foundation, a role she has held since 2013, and is an internationally acclaimed physician scientist. As an infectious disease physician, Dr. Pomeroy is passionate about caring for the underserved and advancing public health. She has also championed inclusion in science, advocating for equity in academic medicine. Although her path to success was not an easy one, it was one that provided her with a unique lens to help create a healthier world. And she will share her journey with you all today. A journey that embraced a different approach to healthcare, bringing diverse perspectives together to create better health for all. Dr. Pomeroy received her undergraduate and medical degrees from the University of Michigan. She completed her residency in internal medicine and fellowship in infectious disease at the University of Minnesota, where she started her faculty career. She also later earned an MBA from the University of Kentucky. At the University of Kentucky, Dr. Pomeroy was chief of infectious diseases and also held roles as an assistant dean for clinical affairs and associate dean for informatics. She then became executive associate dean at the University of California, Davis School of Medicine, and served as dean of the medical school and vice chancellor for health. Dr. Pomeroy's research on the immunology of viral diseases, including HIV and AIDS, has been funded by many external funding agencies, and she has published over 100 articles and co-authored several important books. She was inducted into the National Academy of Medicine in 2011 and has received honorary degrees from the University of Massachusetts Medical School and the University of South Florida School of Medicine, in addition to many other prestigious awards that are just too numerous to mention today. She has also served on numerous boards, including as chair of the Association for Academic Health Centers and chair of the Association of American Medical Colleges Council of Deans. And we are fortunate to have Dr. Pomeroy serve as a member of our board for the Geisinger College of Health Sciences. Graduates and families, I am truly excited for you to hear Dr. Pomeroy's inspirational words today. And with that, I invite Dr. Byerly to confer Dr. Pomeroy's honorary degree.
Dr. Pomeroy, on behalf of the Board of Directors of Geisinger Commonwealth School of Medicine, the faculty of the school concurring, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Medical Arts, honoris causa, and invest you with the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. In token thereof, I hand you the diploma, and Dr. Martin vested you with your hood. Thank you again for being with us.
That was really fun. But graduates, today is your day. Today, your family, your friends, and your community celebrate you. By virtue of your new title as doctor, people will turn to you at their most vulnerable moments. They will share with you the intimate details of their bodies, their darkest fears, and their dearest hopes for the future. They will, in fact, trust you with their lives. This trust is a gift to cherish and respect. Congratulations. You are graduating in an unprecedented moment of challenge for our world, our nation, and our profession. You pursued your studies as a devastating pandemic claimed millions of lives, and as preventable infectious diseases, including measles and tuberculosis, continue to spread. You pursued your studies as horrific wars rage across the globe. You pursued your studies as our country grapples with scientific misinformation, discord, and uncertainty. And your dedication, despite these stresses, makes your accomplishment especially admirable. You will now go on to practice medicine at a time in which these upheavals have laid bare the imperative to reform our healthcare systems and achieve our profession's mission of creating better health for all. So, as you accept your diploma today, I urge you to also accept the charge to lead us in the change our nation needs. Use the power of your education to redesign our care delivery system so that it is truly a health care system, not a sick care system. Use your knowledge to create a system that highlights prevention and wellness, that provides coordinated care that is safe, accessible, affordable, and equitable. You know, the United States has led and continues to lead in achieving tremendous scientific breakthroughs in research and medical care, from DNA sequencing and artificial intelligence to transplants and vaccines. Such advances are extraordinary milestones of progress that we as health professionals and as a society should celebrate and be proud of. Yet, we cannot be proud of the fact that healthcare in our country remains inaccessible and unaffordable for too many, and health outcomes fall far short of what a great nation like ours should achieve. Despite spending almost twice as much per person on healthcare compared to other developed nations, we rank among the worst in indicators ranging from infant mortality to life expectancy. We need to call out the shameful health disparities our patients experience today, disparities on the basis of race, ethnicity, geography, sexual orientation, immigration status, and socioeconomic class. Your health status should not be determined by the zip code in which you live, or the color of your skin, or your family income. As Martin Luther King profoundly stated nearly 5 decades ago, of all the forms of inequality, injustice in healthcare is the most shocking and inhumane. And yet, today, health disparities and inequities remain. Consider just a couple of the examples that you as Geisinger graduates will face. Men who live in rural areas have a life expectancy 2.5 years less on average than their urban counterparts. And rural women are at significantly greater risk of maternal mortality than those who live in other geographies. These are important statistics, but their real importance is in the lives of real people. As medical students, you learned about these realities through the stories of your patients. You learned that health should not be defined as the temporary absence of disease, but rather as the ability to thrive and flourish. You learned that health is determined only in small part by the care delivered in hospitals and clinics. A much larger part is due to social determinants, factors such as income, education, safe housing, job opportunities, and access to healthy foods. Addressing these complex challenges is a big calling, but it is one your time here in medical school has prepared you well to take on. It has been said, each time a man stands up for an ideal or acts to improve the lot of others or strikes out against injustice, he sends forth a tiny ripple of hope. Graduates, together you can set in motion multiple ripples, and those ripples can come together as an uplifting wave to improve health for all. So, how do you choose the ripples you wish to make? The answers will come, I believe, if you can discover and follow your own moral compass. And to do so, you must look inside yourself to identify your core values and use them as your guide. For most, our core values are rooted in our childhoods. For me, it began in a home that was full of abuse and fear, and by the time I was a young teenager, the choice was clear. So I escaped, running into the dark night, scared, alone, uncertain where I would sleep or where I would get food to eat. Fortunately, the foster care system saved me. I lived in 4 foster homes. My first 2 were emergency placements, and just as I was thinking maybe I could trust these people, it was time to go. And from this, I learned about how hard it can be for the vulnerable and abused to trust the system, to trust even those dedicated to caring. My 3rd foster home was with an African-American family who, though not quite knowing what to do with this blonde, blue-eyed white girl, opened their home with kindness. And they were very welcoming, but I was wary. Then, one day I was doing the laundry, a load of whites, and I accidentally added a red sweatshirt. I was petrified. From my experiences growing up, I expected punishment and harsh words. Instead, they said, "It's okay." And suddenly, we were united by a common color, pink. From them, I learned about compassion and forgiveness. And my final placement was with a couple who became foster parents just to take care of me. And to them, I will always be grateful. They saved my life. And I learned that by giving of ourselves, we can give life to others. I was lucky. I had foster parents who took care of me, teachers who believed in me, but I saw a lot of other foster kids who were not so lucky. Kids whose society was willing to throw away, kids who saw no future and therefore gave up hope. This formed my core values of caring for the vulnerable and fighting for social justice, and those core values have been my moral compass and have guided all that I have done since. I went on to complete medical school and trained, as you heard, in infectious disease. I entered practice just as a new, unknown, and at the time, very terrifying disease called HIV/AIDS. That disease began claiming the lives of previously healthy gay men. I saw young men whose bodies were failing painfully and catastrophically. But worse, I saw them experience heartbreaking rejections from families and friends, even in their final days. Those patients, during the early years of HIV, taught me. They showed me that sometimes you have to push the system to do what is right, to disrupt, to accomplish the greater good. And most importantly, they showed me what courage is, and that love and acceptance are ultimately more powerful than hate and stigma, that caring will always be stronger than rejection and discrimination. So my closing advice, embrace your core values to understand what gives meaning to your life so that you can define the best way for you to give meaning to other people's lives. Graduates, you are the future of this country's well-being, and I am confident that each of you will help fill the world with hope, happiness, and health. And as you do, please heed Harriet Tubman's words, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer." Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. So to the class of 2025, live your dream, change the world. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pomeroy, for that very inspirational message. Now that you are inspired and charged, we will move to the presentation of the graduates. As the graduates process, please note the special stoles, cords, or medallions that some students have chosen to wear. First generation to college students are wearing a blue stole. Medical Research Honors Program graduates with distinction are wearing a medal and a green ribbon. Abigail Geisinger Scholars are wearing a medal on a white ribbon. And our 3+3 Abigail Scholars have a combination ribbon of white and blue. Alpha Omega Alpha Honor Society members are wearing green and gold cords. Gold Humanism Honor Society members are wearing gold cords. And graduates who've participated in Reach High or Center of Excellence programs are wearing a silver stole. That is, if they remembered and chose to do so. These awards were celebrated, and the stoles, cords, and medallions were bestowed previously, and they are acknowledged also in the program booklet. We are proud of each and every graduate about to cross the stage, and it is now my honor to call upon Dr. William Jeffries, the Geisinger College of Health Sciences Provost, and the School of Medicine Vice Dean for Education to present the graduates.
Dr. Byerly, I have the distinct privilege and honor of presenting the recipients of the degree Doctor of Medicine. The individuals assembled here have satisfied the requirements established by the faculty and have been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Directors.
As president of Geisinger Commonwealth School of Medicine, upon recommendation of the faculty and on behalf of the Board of Directors, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree Doctor of Medicine. This grants all the rights, privileges, and honors appertaining thereto to you. Now, we will turn to the degrees earned in course, and the candidates will be presented by Dr. Adonisio. Will the Doctor of Medicine graduates please approach the stage to receive your diplomas and hoods as Dr. Adonisio reads your names.
Kinza Abbas. Kusuma Devi Alaparthi. Garrett Dwayne Alexander II. Alexandra A. Angelou. Tiffany Ijoma Adebanze. Connor Whitley Banta. Joanna Bernatovich. Dylan Thomas Berdovich. Anna Bondenise. Alice Louise Bouchard. Shane Patrick Bross. Andy Long Bowie. Yevgeny Busarov. Richard Alfonso Callum. McKinley Ann Carey. Luke Ryan Kavanaugh. Nathan Chaklis. Earning a distinction in honors research. Laura A. Chrisman. Katerina Nicole Clegg. Christopher P. Conroy. Earning the distinction of honors in research. Brian Michael Diostroff. Maribel Sampson Declan. Sydney Rian Dina. Robert Joseph Davies, Jr. Grant Sterling Delosher. Dana Suzanne Dissolve. Lauren Elizabeth Donahoe. Emily Nicole Ellison. Seth Andrew Ellison. Melissa Cromer Endy. Connor Michael Euphemio. Jessica Lynn Finelli. Carla M. Feely. Madison Kathleen Frank. Nina Michelle Janusa. Stephen Joseph Graham. Earning the distinction of honors in research. Olivia Barros Granja Steinmetz. Emily Abigail Grimes. Emily Groff. Caitlin Hogan Guiney. Helen Guo. Yusuf Ruslan Hakim. Kaylee Siobhan Hamill. Tice Ryan Harkins. Joey Maurice Michael Harmon. Michaela Taylor Hyde. Noah M. Hoffman. Benjamin Jerzong Sheng. Jeffrey Jifu Wang. Madison Taylor Hurst. Kevna Paresh Josie. Earning the distinction of Honors in Research. Andrew David Jergelowitz. Kyle A. Kidd. Teresa Ann Koch Tran. Patrick Kane Kowalski. Eric Koza. Benjamin William Kraus. Olivia Catherine Latanzi. Nayoung Lee. Taemin Lee. Yuan Vicky Lin. Jacob Aaron Linker. Edward Yu Liu. Christopher Lloyd. Earning the distinction of honors in research. Nicholas Francis Michelinas. Alden Joseph Melito. Stephanie Paiva Miller. David Christopher Mix. Catherine Dirk Mullen. Jason Munene. Mi N. Neugen. Apologies. Earning the honors of distinction in research. Samuel Peck. Joseph Pafumi III. Akshay C. Patel. Kathleen Mary Patterson. Aaron Piavis. Gayatri S. Pillay. Earning the distinction of honors in research. Thomas Riley Potter. Evan Alfred Robinstein. Karita K. Ray. Robert Joseph Rinaldi III. Laura Gabrielle Rodriguez. Gabriela Rodriguez. Gina Marie Rossi. Lauren Christine Rao. Tyler Jason Schubert. Earning the distinction of honors in research. Sahaj Shah. Earning the distinction of honors in research. Mara May Sheehan. Earning the distinction of honors in research. Carly Amanda Sheffer. Maz Siddiqui. Tyler Paul Singer. Lindsay Nicole Smith. J. P. Solgama. Earning the distinction of honors in research. Michelle E. St. Omeroy. Elena Lynn Staines. Hayden P. Swackhammer. Jenna Syed. Madi Albert Tay. Mathura Thalipin. Leah Elizabeth Thomas. Ryan James Ulibarri. Maya T. Van Giesen. Suyang H.S. Vandemark, earning the distinction in honors research. Marissa J. Vaness. Adriana Margaret Vasquez McCullough. Kevin Scott Vieira. Mitchell James Warman. Paul Nathan Wellman. Madison B. Weibel. Ryan C. Young. Mackenzie R. Zellers. David Zhang. Kevin Zhao. Earning the distinction of honors in research. Tyler Joseph Slepko. Congratulations to our Doctor of Medicine graduates.
Congratulations, graduates. Congratulations, doctors. Now we will have our graduates, these doctors, recite an oath committing them to their work of science and service. The words of the oath are found in the program on the green bordered page. That means you can pull out your program to the green bordered page. All physicians here today, anywhere, in the audience as loved ones or faculty or on the stage with me, are welcome to stand as we recite the oath together, recommitting to our science in service as well. It is our tradition to have the oath administered by a faculty member chosen by the graduating class. The class of 2025 has asked Dr. Julie Xanthopoulos to administer the oath. It is my pleasure to invite Dr. Xanthopoulos to the podium.
New doctors of medicine, please stand and join me in reciting Geisinger Commonwealth School of Medicine's oath. I invite all physicians with us today to join us. Again, the words are in your program. Let us recite the oath in unison. Today, I commit myself to the calling of medicine. I stand beside my teachers in devotion to the care of the sick, the promotion of health, and the service of humanity. I am privileged to be a part of my patients' lives. I will abandon my prejudices to walk with them on their journey through life and its pivotal transitions. I will hold sacred the bond with my patients and guard that which is intimately shared. I will collaborate with my colleagues in the best interests of my patients and society. I will strive humbly to admit mistakes, make amends, and forgive others in acknowledgement of our common humanity. I will use my intellectual curiosity to water the seeds I have been given and cultivate the growing tree of our medical knowledge. I am grateful for the family and community that have brought me to this day and will honor them in the fulfillment of this oath. I will hold myself to the highest standard, maintaining and furthering the ethics, integrity, and noble traditions of my profession. I will be a doctor, a student, and a teacher beyond the confines of the bedside, in my community, and in my daily life. In doing so, I will cure sometimes, relieve often, and comfort always.
Thank you, Dr. Xanthopoulos, and each of you. We will conclude our ceremony today by the singing of our alma mater. The words are found in your program on the blue page, and each and every one of us here can stand and join in the singing as you are able. We will be led in the singing of our alma mater by the Geisinger School of Medicine group, the Heart Murmurs.
May her roots reach valleys deep, raising the promise we will keep. Geisinger planted, now we reap. We will grow, our voices hear. Arise, stand tall, in the name of better health. Arise, stand tall, for dear old Commonwealth. Teachers and colleagues by our sides, with our communities as guides, for just a purpose proud and kind, as we carry her name on. Arise, stand tall, in the name of better health. Arise, stand tall, for dear old Commonwealth. Arise, stand tall.